Hello everyone, welcome to the Anime Recap Media YouTube channel. Please like the video, subscribe to help our channel and enjoy this full video.
Season 3 starts with the Uprising arc, which is where things get admittedly pretty complicated. The 104th is tidying up a cottage and talking amongst themselves. They've all been chosen as the new Squad Levi, charged with the protection of Eren and Historia. Levi shows up and discusses with Erwin about how Eren can't figure out how to harden, and they may need to abandon the basement plan for now in favor of figuring out what Pastor Nick meant by Historia being the only one who can know the truth of the walls. The Rhys family is a group of nobles in the capital district, and Historia is the illegitimate daughter of their leader, Rod Rhys, so getting them to cooperate wouldn't be easy either. The real question is why some group of nobles will be the ones who hold the secrets of the walls. Meanwhile, Pastor Nick has been murdered. Hanji figures out it was the royal guards who killed him, meaning that whoever wanted Nick dead has some major influence in both the military and the Church of the Walls. This person also must not want the connection between the Church and the Rhys family to be known. Since Pastor Nick was riding with Hanji in the last season, the Church and the military have reason to suspect the Survey Corps might know too much, so the scouts make the decision to split up and track down exactly who is after them and take them out. They split up. Levi will take some men and figure out who's behind all this, and Hanji will go to protect and inform Erwin, because they'll probably be after him as well. Squad Levi walks through the city, and suddenly, Historia and Eren are taken. It's not actually them though, it's Armin and John in disguise. Levi heads off to go protect the real Eren and Historia and leaves Mikasa to deal with the kidnappers. Levi springs into action but is stopped by an old friend who's working with the Royal Guard, Kenny the Ripper, who's actually his uncle. Kenny's squad attempts to kidnap the real Eren and Mikasa, and Levi tries to beat Kenny to Eren, and a few scouts catch up to him as well. They make it under the cart but are unable to save them. Meanwhile, the king's advisors talk about their plans to shut down the scouts. Back to Squad Levi, they've captured a man named Demo Reeves, who's a mob boss with connections to the military. They interrogate him to find out where Eren and Historia were taken. He doesn't know, but he says that he might know some royal guards who might. Reeves helps Levi kidnap them, and then Levi and Hanji torture the men. One of the men, Sanus, eventually reveals that the Fritz are not actually the royal family. They're simply the puppet kings for the actual royal family, the Rhyses, meaning the true successor to the throne is Historia. Therefore, Eren and Historia are likely wherever the leader of the family, Rod Rhys, is. Back amongst the scouts, Hanji speculates about the fact that Eren told them Ymir ate one of Reiner and Bertholdt's friends before she became a shifter. They conclude that Titan powers are transferred when a normal Titan eats a Titan shifter. That Titan turns back into their human form, but they'll inherit the powers of the shifter they ate. The whole group realizes at once what this means. The Rhys family is planning to have a Titan eat Eren so they can obtain his powers. Historia is with her father once again, and he says he's sorry for everything she went through, but he needs her for something important. Erwin tells him that after doing a lot of research, he believes that when the walls were created 107 years ago, the king somehow altered everyone's memories so that he could control them, which is why no one knows what life was like before the appearance of the Titans. The power Eren used to control the Titans may be the key, and if the Rhys family gets a hold of it, they could wipe everyone's memory again. Pixis gives his approval and leaves. Just then a scout barges in, informing Erwin that the military has framed him for murder, and he has to turn himself in. Erwin complies and trusts Hanji to complete the plan before he dies. Levi interrogates another military police member about Eren and Historia's location, but he says he doesn't know, stating that Kenny is a very cautious man. Erwin is brought before the king and his council to see if he has any last words before he's moved to the noose. Very long story short, Erwin and Pixis together use this moment to trick the Supreme Council into confessing that they would kill every citizen within Wall Maria if it meant keeping power for themselves. This sparks the garrison unit to rebel, overthrowing the military police. The charges against the scouts and Erwin are dropped, and word begins to spread all throughout the city that King Fritz is a fraud. The throne now sits empty, but it would mean nothing if Rod Rhys gets his hands on Eren's power and alters everyone's memories once again. Meanwhile, Eren wakes up in a room made entirely of crystal. He's bound onto his knees and gagged, rendering him completely unable to move. Standing before him is Historia and Rod. Somehow Eren recognizes this location, even though he's never been here. Rod and Historia extend their hands and touch Eren's back. Instantly, his mind is flooded with memories. But they're not his memories, they're his father's. He sees his father arriving in the City of Walls from the outside, and an unknown man greeting him. Then, he sees that years later, his father infiltrated the current location, revealing that it was no fire that killed Rod Rhys' family, but Grisha. Eren's father was a Titan shifter who uses abilities to steal the Titan powers from Rod's oldest daughter, Frida. Frida possessed the greatest Titan power of them all, something called the Founding Titan, which possesses the ability to control all normal Titans, a power known as the Coordinate. This Titan also has the ability to alter people's memories, among many other things. The Founding Titan was the ability of the original king of the walls 107 years ago, and it can only be used by a person with royal blood. However, Grisha stole it. The last thing Eren sees is himself as a boy turn into a Titan and eat Grisha. Eren became a Titan shifter by eating his father, gaining both his father's Titan powers and the latent abilities of the Founding Titan. Once Eren snaps out of it, Kenny appears, informing Rod that all the scouts are approaching. Rod tells Kenny to take his team and deal with them. Rod brings out a syringe and brings it to Historia. Eren recognizes it as the same kind that turned him into a Titan. The scouts rush into the building and begin to fight Kenny's men. Back in the altar room, Rod discloses his intentions to Historia. He will transform her into a Titan and eat Eren, reclaiming the Founding Titan for the royal bloodline, allowing her to use the Coordinate. There's one catch though. Every member of the royal family throughout the generations who received the power of the founding Titan also receives all the memories of the original king. Just then, Kenny appears again, and he exposes Rod to Historia, saying that the whole "end this hell" speech is a load of crap. He just wants her to get the coordinate powers so he can manipulate her into wiping everyone's memory and stop the uprising. Historia holds a Titan serum to her arm, but asks Eren why he doesn't just transform and escape. Eren implies that he thinks she should do it. She should eat him and learn the truth of the world. If his sacrifice can give humanity a chance at victory, it's worth it. Historia smashes the bottle on the ground, rejecting her father, who crawls on the ground and licks up the Titan serum. Rod begins to transform into a Titan at the same time the scouts burst into the room. Rod's Titan becomes so massive that the room starts to collapse. However, Eren finds a small bottle labeled armor and drinks it. Eren wakes up realizing that he has successfully used hardening to stop the cave from collapsing, meaning that they now have the ability to seal the hole in Wall Maria. However, for the time being, Rod Reese has transformed into a giant Titan, and he's crawling toward the main city. The scouts chase after it, but they can't get near him because it's so hot, so they ride past it and wait at the Overd district. The cannons on top of the wall shoot at Rod, but they don't affect him, so they come up with the idea to grab a bunch of barrels of gunpowder and they'll throw him down his throat. Rod climbs all the way up to the wall and Eren transforms and throws the gunpowder down Rod's throat. Pieces of his body go flying and everyone scatters, trying to find the nape of the neck. Historia finds the nape and slices it, killing her father. She lands amongst the people and announces her identity as the true ruler of the walls. Returning to the site where Rod transforms, Levi finds Kenny dying. Kenny and Levi have a heart-to-heart, and Kenny gives Levi one single shot of Titan serum that he stole from Rod before he dies. Sometime later, Historia is officially crowned as Queen of the Walls, and all the people love her. Meanwhile, over in the ruins of Shiganshina district, Reiner has just gotten his butt handed to him by the Beast Titan. The Beast Titan tells Reiner that if he wants to question his authority again, well, here's the result. If he doesn't, they'll continue with the plan to wait there for Eren and the scouts to show up so that they can claim the coordinate once and for all. Meanwhile, all the kids are having dinner together, and John suggests that they figure out who the man Eren saw in his father's memories is, because he might have some answers. After thinking about it for a moment, Eren realizes who that man is. It's their academy instructor and the old commander of the scouts, Keith Shadis. And so the gang gets their things ready and they go to meet with him. They sit down with him and Eren asks if he knows anything about Eren's father. He says he honestly doesn't know anything, but there is one story he can tell them. 20 years ago, on the way back from a mission, he met Grisha outside of the walls, who claimed he didn't know how he got there. The two bonded and became close friends, however, over the years they drifted apart. They ran into each other again shortly after the Colossal Titan broke through the wall. Grisha was running off with Eren into the forest, and Keith ended up following them. When he got there, he only found Eren and took him back into the city. Keith then remembers back to when Eren was in training, and he was the one who tampered with Eren's equipment, hoping to save him from becoming a scout. Their conversation ends and they all leave. Everyone theorizes about Keith's story, and why Grisha was outside the walls that day. And of course, they all wonder about what exactly could be in Grisha's basement. But Eren concludes that sitting around won't do anything, they have to just go there. So they decide that the plan to retake Shiganshina will officially commence. The next morning, all the scouts head out, receiving the greatest send-off in the Survey Corps history. Meanwhile, Bertold and Reiner are waiting for them there.
How was the video? We hope it was good. If so, please check these videos. Also, please comment down your thoughts and your suggestions for future videos. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing now to show the support to our channel. We hope to see you soon with another video right in this channel. Have a nice day.